Hi everyone, Kiadi Montana here. Now, there was this ritual creepypasta thing that you might have heard of, and I've probably seen it from J Station and some of the rest. It's called The Midnight Game. Now, what is The Midnight Game? Well, The Midnight Game is a film that's basically like some sort of a ritual that they do that involves summoning a ghost, and it's called the Midnight Man. And it says it here on Google, and it says here, the Midnight Game refers to both a 2013 American supernatural thriller film, which I haven't seen yet, and a popular creepypasta story about a ritualistic game involving a male fallen entity called the Midnight Man. In the game, participants summon the Midnight Man and must endure various challenges, including staying awake, avoid the dark, and escape his pursuer, all while carrying a lit candle. Yeah, so you have to like use some sort of a candle, so that way to keep yourself safe. And let me see if there's any Wikipedias about it. And it's on the wiki called Creepypasta Wikia. Okay, so I'm gonna read this so we can know. Yeah. And it actually shows the steps, of course. That shows how it plays. Okay, here we go. The Midnight Game is an old pagan ritual typically performed as punishment for those who had broken the laws of the pagan regalia in question. While it was also used as a scare tactic to not disobey the gods, there is still very extent chance of death of those who played the Midnight Game. Wow, scary. There's even higher chance of permanent mental scarring. It is highly recommended that you do not play the Midnight Game. I wouldn't do that. That would be too scary for me. I don't want to die, or neither do my parents or anyone else. Okay, so, however, for those few thrill seekers searching for a rush, or for those delving into obscure occult rituals, these are the simple instructions on how to play. Do so at your own risk. Alright, so it says here, it must be exactly 12 a.m. So that's midnight when you begin performing the ritual, otherwise it will not work. And the materials that they need is this. You will need a candle, a piece of paper, a writing implement, matches or a lighter, of course, salt, a wooden door, and at least one drop of your own blood. If you are playing with multiple people, they will need their own set to afford materials, and they will have to perform the steps below accordingly. So, first off, those are the things that they need to do it. Yeah, so you have to like use paper and something, and you have to like cut your own finger to draw blood. Ouch. Probably like if you actually put a pin and just poke on it, it'll probably come out, of course. And let's continue on. So let's see. Write your full name, first, middle, and last, of course, on the piece of paper. Put at least one drop of blood on the paper, allow it to soak onto the paper. So yeah, that's the first step. You have to put your name down, first, middle, and last, and then put your own blood on the paper. Whew. Yeah. It says turn off all the lights in your place you are doing this. Go to your wooden door and place the paper with your name in front of it. Now take out the candle and light it. Place it on top of paper. That's what you gotta do. Knock on the door 20 times, 22 times. The hour must be 12 a.m. upon the final knock. Then open the door, blow out your candle and close it. You have just allowed the Midnight Man to enter your house. Yeah, okay, so you have to you need a candle and a wooden door, like one of these doors, which I'm not going to be doing for a challenge because that would be too scary. Or even that one, the closet, no way. See? And you have to place the candle and light it on the paper, on top. And then you have to knock on the door 22 times, with a simple knock like that, but not like that. You have to do like that. So that way, if you do it too fast, it won't work, of course. But again, I'm not doing this because it's too dangerous, of course. And then, after that, you have to open the door, blow the candle, and close it. And that's how you call the Midnight Man, of course. And now, step number 4 here. And it says, immediately relight your candle. Yeah, so after you open the door, blow out the candle, and close the door, you already summoned the Midnight Man. And then you have to immediately relight your candle. This is where the game began. You must now look around. You're now completely dark house with a candle lit in your hand. Your goal is to avoid the Midnight Man at all costs until 3:33 a.m. Wow, that's long, really long. 3 hours and 33 minutes. That's long and scary at the same time. Wow. Should your candle ever go out, that means the Midnight Man is near you. Ooh, yeah. You must relight your candle in the next 10 seconds. Okay, so, yeah. So the thing is, after you do this, you start to get some scary vibes coming. Like the sounds of door creaking, the sound of claws scratching, and also the air will start to feel really cold, of course. And the candle will go out, and you have to relight it within 10 seconds before it's too late. And it says here, if you are not successful in doing this, you must then immediately surround yourself with a circle of salt. If you are unsuccessfully in both of your actions, the Midnight Man will create a hallucination of your greatest fears and rip out your organs one by one. Yeesh. You will feel it, but you will be able to react. Okay, that is scary. I mean, the way when it's about right here, yeesh, scary, really scary. But if you actually don't try to relight it, you just have to put a circle of salt around you. Yeah, so if you actually use a circle of salt, it will keep the spirits away from you, of course. Jay of I Am J Station, Jason, of course, actually used something like that too. He tried to use it with the Dybbuk box, but it didn't work, of course. But yeah. And it said, now, if you are successfully in creating the circle of salt, you must remain in there until 3:33 a.m. So yeah, if you actually successfully create the circle of salt, you gotta stay in there until 3:33 a.m. So it's like that the Midnight Man can't get you. It's like, darn, I can't even get you with that circle salt around, and I hate salt. Yeah. And it says, if you are successfully relighting your candle, you must proceed with the game. You must continue to 3:33 a.m. without being attacked by the Midnight Man or trapped inside the circle of salt to win the Midnight Game. The Midnight Game will leave your house at 3:33 a.m. and you will be safe and to proceed with your morning. Okay, so that means that if you successfully either relight your candle or stay in the circle of salt, the Midnight Man will actually leave around 3:33 a.m. and you'll be safe. and addiction. It says indications that you are near the Midnight Man will include a sudden drop in temperature, seeing a pure black humanoid figure through the darkness, and hearing very soft whispering coming from the indiscernible source. If you experience any of these, it is advised that you leave the area to avoid the Midnight Man. Okay, so they say that the Midnight Man can actually create hallucinations, try to trick you, and you'll actually feel a sudden drop temperature, which is getting cold, and probably see a pure black humanoid figure through the darkness, and even sound soft whispering. So that means you got to keep your ears sharpened, of course, which means here. And these are the do nots, of course. Do not turn any of the lights on during the midnight game. Do not use the flashlight during the midnight game. Do not go to sleep during the midnight game. Do not attempt to use another person's blood on your name. Do not use a lighter as a substitute for a candle. It will not work. And definitely do not attempt to provoke the Midnight Man in any way. Teasing, of course, don't do that. Or even when the game is over, he will always be watching you. Good luck, you're going to need it. I'm just looking around because after reading all that. But yeah, so that's what the Midnight Game is about. It's about, summoning the Midnight Man. And believe me, it's really scary. And I wouldn't do that, no way. Because that would be way too dangerous. I mean, come on. I know that when midnight hits, that's when another day comes. I mean, come on. I actually stayed up on midnight for New Year's Eve. And I always do that every year on December 31st. I stay up until midnight until New Year's Eve hits. And then after we arrive in that year, I go to bed. And then it just passes by. Yeah, so yeah. So if any of you ever done it or something, let me know. If any of you didn't do it, it's best to keep yourself safe. So yeah, so that's one of the creepypastas I know about. If there are any more creepypastas if you would like me to talk about, please let me know in the comments below. I know there's a lot of them out there, including urban legends, but let me know in the comments below on what creepypasta that I should talk about next. Be sure to hit the subscribe button, hit the like, send some comments, and hit the bell button for brand new videos, and I'll see you next time. Peace out, everyone.